It's finally happening. For months, perhaps even years, you have been walking through a thick, ethereal mist, a landscape where the boundaries between your dreams and your reality have blurred into a confusing haze. You felt the weight of unanswered questions, the heavy static of intuition that couldn't quite find its signal, and the nagging sense that you were being prepared for something you couldn't yet see. But as the sun sets today, the celestial tides are turning. Tomorrow, Neptune, the great dissolver, the planet of illusions, spirituality, and the infinite ocean of the subconscious, undergoes a seismic shift. The cosmic fog isn't just lifting, it is being evaporated by a surge of high-frequency light, revealing a landscape of your life that has been hidden in the shadows of the not yet. This is not merely an astrological event, it is a spiritual homecoming. When Neptune shifts its weight in the heavens, the veil between the physical world and the divine realm becomes paper-thin. The illusions that held you captive, the self-doubt, the confusion, the circular patterns of thought are about to dissolve, leaving behind the crystalline clarity of truth. Tomorrow marks the beginning of a window where the impossible becomes tangible. We are entering a portal where three specific, life-altering miracles are preparing to manifest in your physical reality. Miracles you didn't see coming, because the fog was designed to keep them protected until you were ready to receive them. In this exploration, we will decode the mystical mechanics of this Neptune shift. We will dive deep into why this specific transit is pulling the rug out from under your old illusions, and what it means for your soul's evolution. Most importantly, I will reveal the three distinct miracles that are currently vibrating on the edge of your horizon, waiting for the fog to clear so they can take form. I will explain exactly what this means for you in a moment. But before we journey deeper into these cosmic waters, I want you to do three things to align your energy with this transition. Like this video to signal your readiness to the universe, subscribe to the channel to join our collective awakening, and leave the number 369 inches the comments. This number carries the fundamental vibration of the universe, the key to energy, frequency, and vibration. By placing it here, you are energizing your own intent and anchoring these coming miracles into your field. You can also share this with a soul you wish to see thrive, supporting their journey out of the mist. Now, let us go deeper into the celestial ocean. To understand the magnitude of tomorrow's shift, we must look beyond the modern lens and peer into the ancient mirrors of esoteric wisdom. Throughout history, the energy we associate with Neptune has been recognized by many names and symbols, representing the vast, unmanifested potential of the primordial waters. In the Hermetic traditions and the ancient Sumerian texts, there was always a recognition of a force that governed the invisible, the realm of dreams, the collective unconscious, and the divine madness that precedes true enlightenment. Neptune is often called the higher octave of Venus. While Venus governs our personal desires and earthly love, Neptune represents divine love and the dissolution of the ego. Philosophically, Neptune is the cosmic solvent. Just as water can break down the hardest stone over time, Neptunian energy dissolves the rigid structures of the egoic mind. Ancient mystics believe that for a soul to truly see, it must first be blinded by the fog. This sacred obscuration is a recurring theme in spiritual alchemy, the nigredo phase, or the dark night of the soul, where one feels lost in a labyrinth of mist. In the Vedic traditions, this fog is known as Maya, the veil of illusion, that keeps us from seeing our true nature as divine beings. The shifting of Neptune is traditionally viewed as a thinning of this veil. When Neptune moves or changes its frequency, the great architect is essentially recalibrating the lens through which humanity perceives reality. Historically, such shifts have coincided with massive renaissances in art, the birth of new spiritual movements, and breakthroughs in our understanding of the human psyche. We find traces of this wisdom in the teachings of the Neoplatonists, who spoke of the world soul, anima mundi. They believe that we are all interconnected through an invisible, fluid medium. Neptune is the ruler, of this medium. When Neptune is foggy, our connection to the world soul feels distorted. We feel isolated, anxious, and spiritually parched. However, tomorrow's shift represents the moment the sediment settles in the glass of water. The chaos of the past few months hasn't been a series of random misfortunes. It has been a centrifugal process, spinning the impurities of your old life to the edges so that the center, your core truth, can finally be seen. The significance of this moment in esoteric practice cannot be overstated. We are moving from a period of unconscious dissolution to conscious manifestation. For a long time, Neptune has been dissolving things behind your back. Relationships that no longer served you, career paths that were misaligned with your soul, and beliefs that were inherited rather than earned. It felt like loss because you couldn't see what was being cleared. Tomorrow, as the fog dissolves, you will realize that the clearing wasn't an act of destruction, but a profound act of grace. The space has been made. The temple has been swept. Ancient maritime law often spoke of the calm before the storm. But in the realm of cosmic energy, we are experiencing the clarity after the deluge. By understanding that you are a drop in this vast Neptunian ocean, you realize that you do not need to struggle to swim against the tide. You only need to let the old illusions go. As we move forward, remember the words attributed to the Emerald Tablet. That which is below is like that which is above. The shift in the heavens is a mirror of the shift occurring in the deepest chambers of your heart. To grasp how tomorrow's Neptune shift functions, imagine your life as a grand, ornate mirror that has been kept in a humid, darkened room. For a long time, the surface of that mirror has been covered in a thick layer of condensation. You've been trying to comb your hair or straighten your clothes, but the reflection is distorted, gray, and indistinct. You've been making decisions based on shadows. Tomorrow, it is as if a window is being thrown open, and a cool, sharp breeze is hitting that glass. The condensation, the fog, doesn't just move, it vanishes, revealing a sharp, high-definition reality you haven't seen in years. The first core concept we must address is the dissolution of the false timeline. In the realm of spiritual growth, we often find ourselves walking on borrowed paths. Timelines fueled by societal expectations, past traumas, or the ego's need for safety. Neptune's energy, when stagnant, keeps these false timelines alive through a sense of numbness or drifting. You may have felt like you were just going through the motions, waiting for life to start. Tomorrow's shift acts as a cosmic frequency adjustment. It vibrates so intensely that the false structures in your life, the jobs that drain your spirit, the connections that lack soul depth, can no longer hold their form. They begin to dissolve, not to punish you, but to liberate the energy they were trapping. Think of it like an ice sculpture melting. While the sculpture is beautiful, it is frozen and rigid. When it melts, it becomes water fluid, adaptable, and capable of nourishing new life. This is the miracle of alchemical flow. The first miracle arriving tomorrow is the sudden, unexpected resolution of a frozen situation. This is a problem or a roadblock that has been stuck for months, perhaps involving a legal matter, a long-standing misunderstanding, or a financial bottleneck. Because the Neptune fog is lifting, the grip that kept this situation frozen is loosening. You will find the doors which were previously locked are now slightly ajar, simply because the energy of obstruction has lost its density. The second concept involves the recalibration of intuitive sight. Neptune rules the pineal gland, often referred to as the third eye. When the fog is thick, our intuition feels like a whisper in a crowded room, easy to ignore, or worse, easy to misinterpret. You might have mistaken anxiety for intuition or wishful thinking for divine guidance. Tomorrow's shift clears the static. This brings us to the second miracle, the arrival of the missing piece. For many of you, there has been a puzzle in your life, a why or a how, that has remained incomplete. You've had most of the picture, but one crucial piece was hidden in the mist. Tomorrow, through a dream, a chance encounter, or a sudden bolt from the blue epiphany, that piece will click into place. This isn't just a small realization. It is a profound aha moment that recontextualizes your entire past year. You will finally understand why certain doors closed and why you were kept in the waiting room of the universe for so long. The miracle is the clarity itself, which acts as a catalyst for a massive leap forward in your personal mission. We are moving from the dreaming phase to the awakening phase. Neptune has spent enough time showing you what is possible in your imagination. Now, it is beginning to bridge the gap so those visions can take root in the soil of your daily life. As the fog continues to thin, we must address the deeper, more paradoxical nature of Neptune. This planet does not just rule what we see, it rules how we feel our way through the dark. While Part 1 focused on the clearing of external roadblocks, Part 2 explores the internal alchemy that makes the third miracle possible. This is where we encounter the dissolution of the spiritual ego. In the mist, it is easy to become spiritually bypassed, to use the fog as a place to hide from the harsh realities of our growth. We often tell ourselves stories that we are waiting on the universe, when, in reality, we were simply afraid of the clarity. Tomorrow's shift forces a confrontation with the beautiful lie. This is the subtle nuance of Neptune. It can be a source of divine inspiration, but it can also be a source of escapism. The shift tomorrow acts as a grounding wire, pulling the high vibrational insights you've gathered in the clouds down into your physical body. This brings us to the third miracle, the unexpected alignment of the heart path. This miracle is often the most profound because it feels like a coincidence that is far too perfect to be accidental. In the esoteric traditions, this is known as synchronicity in extremis. Because Neptune is the planet of the collective, its shift ripples through the hearts of everyone around you simultaneously. Tomorrow, someone from your soul group, a person you may not have even met yet, or someone you haven't spoken to in years, will cross your path. This encounter will hold the key to a manifestation you gave up on. Think of Neptune as a cosmic radio tuner. For months, you've been hearing static because your receiver was tuned to a frequency of lack or confusion. Tomorrow, the hand of the divine is turning that dial to the exact frequency of your soul's blueprint. The miracle isn't just that the person or opportunity appears, it's that you will finally possess the inner resonance to recognize it. In the fog, you would have walked right past this miracle. In the clarity of tomorrow, it will shine like a lighthouse. Furthermore, we must address the shadow of this shift. As the illusions dissolve, you might feel a brief moment of vulnerability or nakedness. When the fog that hid your flaws and your fears is gone, you are left standing in the light of truth. Do not mistake this discomfort for a bad omen. It is actually a sign of your increasing light quotient. The third miracle often requires you to step into a version of yourself that is more authentic than you've ever dared to be. It is the miracle of radical authenticity. You will find yourself speaking truths you previously suppressed and making moves you previously feared. The miracle is the sudden disappearance of the weight of other people's opinions. This shift is essentially the universe moving from slow motion to real time. The delay between your thoughts and their physical manifestations is shrinking. This is why Neptune is often associated with miracles. It is the point where the spirit, the wave, becomes matter, the particle. Tomorrow, the wave of your long-held intentions is finally hitting the shore. Now that we have explored the celestial architecture of this shift and identified the miracles waiting in the wings, we must address the most vital question. How do you position yourself to receive them? Knowledge without application is like a map without a journey. To anchor the high-frequency energy of tomorrow's Neptune shift, you must move from passive observation to active participation. The first and most essential practice is the ritual of the clear vessel. Since Neptune governs water and the fluid state of existence, your physical body must be treated as a conductor for this new clarity. Start your day tomorrow by consuming structured water, water that you have held between your hands while visualizing the fog lifting from your mind. As you drink, imagine the water as a liquid light that dissolves any internal debris or mental static that has accumulated over the past months. This is not just hydration. It is a symbolic act of aligning your internal waters with the cosmic ocean. Secondly, you must engage in active discernment. Because the fog is dissolving, information will come at you with newfound speed and sharpness. To manage this, I suggest a practice called the 3-breath filter. When a new opportunity, a sudden epiphany, or an unexpected message arrives tomorrow, do not react immediately. Take 3 deep breaths. The first breath clears the lingering fog of the past. The second breath grounds you in the present moment. The third breath asks your higher self, "Is this my truth or a ghost of an old illusion?" This practice prevents the spiritual vertigo that often occurs when the veil thins too quickly. It allows you to distinguish between a genuine miracle and a distracting echo of the old timeline. One of the greatest challenges during a Neptune shift is the feeling of being ungrounded or floaty. To overcome this, you must practice earth anchoring. While Neptune pulls our spirits toward the divine, we must remain rooted in the physical to manifest results. Spend at least 10 minutes tomorrow with your bare feet on the earth. Or, if that isn't possible, hold a piece of heavy stone or crystal like hematite or smoky quartz. Visualize golden roots growing from your feet, anchoring the miracles from the ethereal realm into the physical soil of your life. You are the bridge between heaven and earth. If the bridge isn't anchored, the energy cannot cross. Finally, prepare for the miracle space. Clear a physical space in your home, even if it's just a small corner of a table. Place an object there that represents the missing piece you've been seeking. By creating a physical vacuum, you are telling the universe that the fog is gone and you have the room to house what is coming. The biggest obstacle you will face is the temptation to crawl back into the comfort of the fog. Clarity can be intimidating because it demands action. When you see the truth of a situation tomorrow, do not look away. Embrace the sharp edges of reality, for it is only in the light of truth that miracles can breathe. We stand now at the edge of the shore, watching the last remnants of the great mist dissolve into the horizon. What we have explored today is more than a mere movement of planets. It is the grand unveiling of your next chapter. From the historical depths of the world soul to the practical anchoring of divine energy, the message is clear. The period of wandering in the dark is over. Tomorrow, as Neptune shifts, remember that the 3 miracles, the resolution of the frozen situation, the arrival of the missing piece, and the unexpected alignment of your heart path, are not rewards being handed down from a distant sky. They are the natural results of your own soul's persistence. You have navigated the fog with grace, even when you felt lost, and now the universe is rewarding that faith with the gift of absolute clarity. The veil is thin, the static is gone, and the path is visible. As you move into this new frequency, I encourage you to sit in silence for a few moments tonight. Ask yourself, am I ready to see the truth that the fog was hiding? Be brave in your answer. The clarity coming tomorrow may demand that you leave behind the shadows of who you used to be, but it promises to introduce you to the brilliance of who you truly are. You are no longer drifting. You are arriving. Thank you for embarking on this cosmic journey with me. If you felt the resonance of this message, remember to keep your energy high and your heart open. The miracles are already in motion, vibrating just beyond the reach of your physical sight, waiting for the first light of tomorrow to reveal their form. Reflect on the number 369. Stay grounded in your practice and watch as the world transforms before your eyes. The fog has dissolved. The miracles have arrived, and your journey into the light has only just begun.